So there's a little update here on, well, a couple things. You know who commented, and I confirmed that it's legit. Somebody, you know who commented on our Sherman clip? Sherman's cousin, female cousin, commented on it. And let me read to you what she said. No, it's not what you think. His cousin, and it is. I did the legwork. My brother mentioned Sherman drank energy drinks a lot on top of alcohol. So if this is true, I'm heartbroken for my aunt and uncle, and they have to bury their firstborn. I pray for Sherman's soul. Earl is a horrible person.
That's pretty funny.
That's his cousin. And so
he had to have done drugs. There's no when they go like we was drinking a lot of energy drinks too and booze. It's like 42. He was either chugging rot gut or he was doing something else.
I mean, he also was really into boxing and stuff, and maybe he probably did maybe did roids too when he was younger.
Right, maybe
that would have fucked up his liver.
And he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would have done them in a smart
the right way.
Yeah, he probably was just jamming needles. He's probably doing the pills and stuff, you know.
Yeah. So we have a new video. We have a new video here, and well, first off, I want to read a Facebook post that I sent to you. This is from Cade Dorian Paradoxa, which is, you know, we all know is Earl, also known as Dayton Hypernova. He posted this 2 days ago. The inauguration is already going on. Guess I'm watching it. It's strange to not be watching all of this around my older brother, who was literally shouting heavyweight champion of the world as Mike Pence was being inaugurated 4 years ago. I recorded that with the camera directly out. I always thought after I moved out, I would use that footage to incriminate him.
What charge?
Since his face was right on the camera. He was so seriously obsessed with boxing, other races of men and gender types. So he was planning to incriminate his brother, who is now dead, for saying heavyweight champ of the world to Mike Pence. Now, as you know, they live across the street from his sister. His sister lives across the street from him with her black husband. Black husband's is a MAGA guy. He's a right-wing dude. We've talked about it before. I'll spare you the beginning of this because the beginning of this, it's hard to hear, but it's just his family talking about politics and talking about the N-word and all that stuff. That's what it is. So I'm going to kick in right here where Dayton steps in. Ready? Here we go. So you can hear they're just talking down there, whatever. And here you go.
I guess I'm recording this right now because I guess I'm recording this right now just because I think it's extremely ironic that they're having a minorities discussion downstairs. My family are down there, and our black neighbor is down there. Our religious right-wing black neighbor is down there.
Okay.
You know, the token black friend of the family.
I love, by the way.
He's the token black friend?
I love, this is what this is how these people always think. They really, I know it's a cliche thing to say Democrats are the real racists, but they say the most racist shit unironically all the time. Like,
oh yeah.
Your Uncle Tom, token black friend, and it's like, Jesus Christ, like what the fuck is wrong with? Oh, I'm sorry, somebody voted Republican. I guess you're a fake black guy, Uncle Tom. Why don't you go back to the fucking slave days, huh? Why don't you go back to being a fucking slave? And it's like, dude, chill. He just doesn't vote for the same guy as you.
Yeah.
Our religious right-wing black neighbor is down there. You know, the token black friend of the family, basically. It's the only black friend there.
Now, I know this because I've spoken to people in the LGBTQ community in Dayton. I know, but in Dayton, and they hate Earl. We've talked about, like, the LGBT group in Dayton hates Earl. Earl has no friends. Black, white, or anything in between.
And they're all talking down there about minority politics, and I'm up here, a woman hiding in my bedroom.
Woman hiding in his bedroom. Would you feel sorry for him?
But here's the thing, right? Because I've lived in houses and I've lived in like even roommate situations, or you lived with family where You're not getting along with people or whatever, right? Just a thought, Dayton. It's crazy, but like you could just leave. You could go out, not even move out, which we know you're never going to do.
No, just leave. Go outside.
But you could just go for a walk. You could go. I'll give you a fucking little bit of freebie advice there, Earl. When I was broke and I wanted to get out of my house for a few hours, I would go find a coffee shop that lets you have refills for either cheap or very, sometimes free. And then you go there and you read a book and you keep having your coffee and you have a couple cigarettes and you zone out for a little bit. And then you go home when things die down. It's very simple. I was a kid in a house where wild, crazy, abusive shit happened. You know what I'd do? Just get on my bike, go for a ride. You know what I mean? Go hang out in front of this store, get a Coca-Cola, and just hang out. You could do that, Earl.
So Rob goes, wait, he has to have friends. He had a birthday party with catering of 1 medium pizza.
Catering. I hate that he used the word.
It's catering.
Catering. I'm closing my eyes and picturing that 1 medium, 1 topping Domino's.
Just sitting. And you know what the worst part
I had
is?
my birthday party catered.
You know what his one topping was? Extra cheese.
I will fuck it, dude. When you only have 1 topping and you waste it on that, I'll fucking blast you right in your stomach.
In my blacked out bedroom to show that no one's in here.
He always points out how he's choosing to do all this weird shit.
Yeah.
But then assigning the blame to these other people. Like everybody downstairs is just, they're probably having a couple sandwiches, they're having lunch, and they're having an N-word discussion, which, by the way, when you have a black person and some white people and they're literally doing what this entire country should be doing right now, which is just having a nice, calm dialogue over lunch and go, well, I personally am not that bothered by the word because I don't consider myself that. Can I have some more potatoes? Yeah. Well, that's immature, but these people nowadays, they can't handle it. No, I agree, Pop. Hey, can I have some more coleslaw? And he's just hanging out, having a night, and he's going, these psychopaths, that's why I'm in my darked out room, because I can't handle it. I can't handle it. And everybody downstairs is, remember that one time when they were eating outside and he was filming it?
Yes,
I
do.
And it literally looked like they were having the nicest day. Like the sister and her boyfriend brought the kids over, and the kids were playing. Remember who was the one with the black brother?
Yes.
I went, "Hey Earl,"
Hey,
and he
Earl.
was like, "They're on to me." He was like, he froze up. Oh shit, they saw me, and he's like, literally just going, "Hey bud,
Hey, you want to come down and get
come
something
down.
to eat?"
Yeah, we got some hot dogs and shit. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Oh God.
In my blacked out bedroom to show that no one's in here.
In solidarity
So
with
don't bother.
Black Lives Matter.
Because these people have harassed and beaten me and belittled me and treated me like
Rob
shit.
Gavigan, I'm locked in my room wearing a dress surrounded by $8,000 worth of tinfoil because they're the crazy ones. Yes, you just summarized.
Yeah.
If somebody needed to write the pitch line for a movie, like remember they always had like the tagline for a movie, that you just wrote the tagline for the Earl fucking biopic.
Some people are saying, this is new people, who the hell is this person? I recommend you going over to the Clip channel, youtube.com/ROTC Media, and just type in and search for Dayton Hypernova. And there's an entire saga. It's too much it is way too much to tell you right now.
This is a very unwell troon that we were proud to be the ones that brought to the internet. And he has just been something else. We've been covering this dude now for a long time, and he has not changed.
Here. So don't bother. Because these people have harassed and beaten me and belittled me.
So now it's them.
Yeah, so
now that Sherman's gone, now they've beat you. But you never said they beat you before. You always said they tolerated Sherman beating you. You never once said that they beat you, but now that he's dead and you don't have that victim point anymore, now they're beating you. Am I getting this right?
So this is somebody brought up a good question, and I'm sure you've received this question too. Does everyone have to update their Dayton Hypernova bingo cards? Because my brother beats me is not something you can really have in the card. He used to beat him, but it's not new. But now I think we're figuring it out. They beat me. He doesn't have a villain. And, somebody left a comment on the Clip channel, one of the Hypernova videos. He goes, people think this is the end of Dayton. This is just the beginning. Because now he doesn't have his brother to blame or Trump to blame, because Trump is gone too. He doesn't have any villains. So now it's going to be a fascinating thing to see who the new villains are in his story.
Yeah, because he won't look inward. He'll actually invent something.
Yeah.
That's his fucking problem.
Of course. There'll be a new villain.
But yeah, I think what we need to do with the bingo card is whatever the card was that was my brother beats me. Obviously, we have to retire that square. But I say what we'll do is we'll replace that with something. And then what we'll do is we'll make the free square in the middle, the free spot. We'll just have a picture of Sherman with a halo. Boom.
Oh,
free
I like
spot
that.
in the middle.
I like that.
Always in honor of he beats me in this house. In honor of my brother, skinhead brother beats me, Sherman will still remain on the bingo card and be remembered in perpetuity with a little halo like George.
No one's in here, so don't bother. Because these people have harassed and beaten me and belittled me and treated me like shit for all the reasons that they're talking about the same stuff.
Hey, Earl, I don't know if you know this or not, but they also let you live in their house for free and give you walk-around money.
$100 a week.
To do a chore that, honestly, is the world's easiest chore. It's the chore that, like, even the laziest piece of shit human being in the world usually doesn't mind doing.
It's laundry.
Right? Like, laundry is the one that even when you're lazy, you're like, yeah, just throw a load in, play video games for a little bit, go back down,
And when it
throw another load in.
When it beeps, you move it to the dryer and you put the new one in. That's it.
Yeah, I have a laundry room I have to walk to. It's still, I'd like bang it, throw it in, go back up, play some fucking GTA. It's about time. Go down, in the dryer, go back, play some GTA. It's over. You get paid for that. And then on top of it, I love how he goes like, they belittle me, they treat me like shit, they do that. If you were in a situation where your family wasn't enabling you and taking care of you, you would have to go out into the real world, Earl, where everyone belittles you and everyone treats you like shit. Drive on I-4 during rush hour. Everyone hates you and wants to kill you. You know what I mean? Go to fucking Walmart when they're closing in an hour on a Friday. Everyone there, it's every man for himself. People are going to call you the gay F slur and a dress wearing and a dickhead. That's your life. That's just the way it is. Just like people are going to call me a fat racist skinhead. Whatever it is, there's somebody out there who's going to say mean words to you. So you gotta plow through. What's he going to do when his parents are dead? Because they're both very old.
Rob Kevin goes, they're not skinheads, Earl. They're going through chemotherapy.
So they brought me to this building the other day, and it was full of these skinheads. And it was scary because they were all skinheads. There was a whole building from them, and you're like...
It's a cancer ward.
It was an oncologist's office.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't...
And treating me like shit for all the reasons that they're talking about the same stuff down there about races. And I'm a trans person, and none of them are acting with any sense of responsibility.
Where do you think this started?
I don't know, man. He looks like he's probably been doing it since from what we've gathered from the videos, he's been doing this since he's lived there his whole life. I think this is the way he's always been.
I mean, yeah, but no. But
at some point he was a dude and had a girlfriend. I could tell you that.
Yeah, and at some point he was a 9-year-old kid that just liked to run around and play on his bike. Like this stuff comes in either in this kind of mental illness either creeps in your teen years or in your late teen years or in your early 20s. It's as you get older, the likelihood that it's going to slip in is increased. But I'm really curious, like where the divergence happened. Like, you know, because his parents have to probably think back and go, remember when he was 13 and he started just spiraling over the tiniest things and not letting things go? We should have known then. Like, this guy definitely, I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him more than anyone we cover on this show.
I'm a trans person, and none of them are acting with any sense of responsibility. In the exact same context, about a different demographic from any of them.
But what do you mean a different demographic? You just mentioned at the video they're talking to a black guy.
Exact same context.
Not only talking to a black guy, they're letting their son, daughter, whatever, live in their house.
About a different demographic from any of them. I don't know if my face is very visible here, so this is sad.
Oh, it is sad, but not for the reasons you think, Dayton. Not for the reasons you think.
It's funny, like early on I used to flip-flop between feeling bad for this guy and hating him, and it's just become all hate.
Oh, yeah.
I despise this dude.